1, 2, 3. Chicks here. Hey guys. So today we have a special guest joining us. This is Kayla from Fleet Support with Hyfield. So I'm going to talk to her and Kelly a little bit about their role as fleet support, what they're there for, obviously which carriers they're with, etc. So, and then they're going to give you guys a little bit of info. So we all know Kelly. She is part of Hyfield, not part of, she is Hyfield FedEx Fleet Support. And then Kayla is, she works with our Panther teams as fleet support. So, have it.
Well, you guys have seen Kayla before. We've had Kayla on before.
It's been a while.
But we love when Kayla's here up in the North Georgia mountains with us because then we get to put her on a video. So Kayla and I work closely together. Delina and Melissa in recruiting, and Kayla and I both handle the fleet support. She handles our Panther team. So when you hear us talking about coming on board with Panther, once you get on boarded, you've got your mentors. But this is going to be your fleet support, and she's going to be your go-to for issues and things you have with the carrier. And I'm going to be the same thing for FedEx if you're in a FedEx truck. So I'll let Kayla tell a little bit about the kind of things that you deal with drivers and where you jump in versus their mentor, because y'all know that we do assign you with mentors. So there's a little difference between where the fleet support comes in and the mentors come in. So we kind of wanted to talk about that.
Well, many of Kelly and I's duties are similar when you look at carrier to carrier, but we handle anything that is above and beyond what your mentor can help you with right away. So when your settlements come in on Monday and something is wrong, you're missing a load, or for whatever reason it pays out wrong, you would reach out to fleet support versus your mentor. If you're having a direct issue with the carrier, maybe you had an issue with dispatch or safety, there's some miscommunication there, Kelly and I can often jump in and help resolve any kind of those issues. Above and beyond that, we are here to help you get loads, and sometimes we can assist, well, me specifically. I'm not sure if you have that ability on FedEx because you guys have a load board, but Panther doesn't have a load board, so I can talk to Panther for you in certain situations when you're really needing to get home. Let's say there's a family emergency, something of that sort where you're just not getting where you need to be. I can help in those situations. Any problem that your mentor cannot solve right away is where I step in. Sometimes it's a big one. Sometimes it's something really simple. But I also help our mentor program a little bit when they're not available, because as you know, when you drive across the country, there's not service in every mile of road.
No,
so whenever a mentor is not available, I certainly will pick up the phone and help you guys with any questions you have regarding the load offers. Sometimes a second opinion is valuable as well. Anything in between.
Yeah, I would also say too that a lot of where Kayla and I are going to be your greatest asset is going to be with hyfield questions and things that are just outside of the normal day-to-day job, meaning picking up the freight, delivering the freight, selecting the load, how to secure, the things that you'll do actually physically in the truck.
Yes.
And then Kayla and I are in the back because sometimes you need help with a policy or just in general, like with maintenance. So if it doesn't have anything to do with just your day-to-day life on the road, as far as I suppose as running freight, I mean, those are typically going to be mentor questions because they're out there doing it with you. Kayla and I are in our offices now. Don't get me wrong, we've been there, both of us, driving as well. But so we still have that knowledge within us to be able to help. Your mentors are your most valuable asset when it comes to the day-to-day job. And we love when teams are really leaning into the mentor program because that's where they're going to get the best knowledge. But Kayla and I are absolutely backups for that. And any other question, and if we don't know the answer,
we find out.
We find out for you.
We make the calls. We have really good connections with both carriers. Yeah. So Kelly has really well-established relationships with the people on FedEx, and I have well-established relationships with Panther. It works really well. And then I did want to talk to our newer teams, and even our older teams that are watching. I am the person who emails you like 12 emails when you first get started.
That's true.
And we know it's information overload, we truly do, but we don't expect you to absorb all of that information in one day, in one shot. But what I will say is that it is valuable information, and take your time reading and absorbing that, and print some of it out if you want. Some of them are PDFs, and that will answer a lot of questions that new teams have. It's truly a lot of very valuable information. So if you have the time, if you don't have the time, I suggest make the time because
Yeah.
it will make your transition into your new lifestyle a lot easier.
I'm really glad you brought that up because actually that does come up a lot when, because we know that on move-in day and as you're getting ready to make this, not only is this just a big transition in your life, but there's also a lot of information that we need to get to you too. And we know it seems like it's overload when they all come, and we don't expect you to be like, oh my gosh, I have to stop and read these right now. But when you do get to the truck, like she's talking about, you're going to get moved in. It's going to be a crazy day. But that night when you settle in, that'd be a great time to start just skimming through those emails and at least make yourself familiar with them because a lot of your questions can be answered just by reading those. And we don't just send them out willy-nilly. If we send you one, it's because it really has something we need you to know. And whether you remember it all that first day or not, I would file them in your email.
Yeah.
To reference
Like,
back to
you know, to reference them back, Highfield or whatever, so that anytime you need them, because you're going to get accident protocol, you're going to get home time policy, you're going to get a settlement explanation. I mean, you're going to get
All your
links to
DocuSigns
trainings.
and
Yeah,
it-
there's
it's
a
a
bunch
lot.
of stuff that comes to you. All of it is very important. But we do know that there's a lot that happens on move-in date, and your brain can just go in one ear and out the other because that's just how it works. So, and we're also working on developing some videos that will help you after moving in because we know a lot of times we do a lot of things on move-in day and then everybody goes, what did that person just say? So
Yeah.
now we're working on a video library that can help drivers to be able to go back and rewatch that information afterwards
gonna be
because we know it's a big day. So,
Yeah.
but we want to make sure you know that there is support here all the time in Highfield. And when we say Highfield family, we mean it. And Kayla and I are here to make sure that you have all your questions answered.
These ladies
Absolutely.
are great. Like Kelly said, her, of course, you know, her and Jimmy drove with FedEx. Kayla and her husband drove with Panther, worked with Panther. Both of these two are very knowledgeable in their areas. So they're there for your support or to support you. And if you have any specific questions for them, drop them below. Send them over to me. You got my email address. And
That's right. We'll be together again in a week or so we can do a follow-up video. So if you know
Yeah.
anything you want to know right now, tell us now
Yeah,
so that
put it
when
in.
we get together, we can do it.
put it in
Yep.
there. I'll get it over to them. So,
Yep.
all right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right,
See you
Kayla,
next time.
We do a chicks out.
Chicks out. You got to
Oh,
do chicks out.
Chicks out.
Bye, guys.